Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you what Nunu can do after the buffs. For those of you who aren't aware, Nunu got an extra 50% AP scaling on his R, so instead of scaling 250% with AP, his R now scales with 300% AP, which is kind of nuts. That being said, you still don't want to be taking Dark Harvest or Electrocute. They'll end up getting you killed when you're out of position. You won't have a great way to escape. AP Nunu is similar to Evelyn, in which he's very reliant on having Dark Sill and Mesh to scale and Giga carry his games, which makes Phase Rush 10 times more useful than the Dark Harvest, since Phase Rush will keep you alive and allow you to full stack without dying. We're starting on our red buff into Raptors. It's Nunu's fastest start possible. Plus, I want to gank our bot lane. Lucian Nami is an amazing lane to gank for. And on top of that, the enemy bot lane has a Pyke, which generally play like they're on bath salts and constantly try to die. After Raptor, you can look for a gank. It's generally safest to look for level 3 off a Gromp. It's extremely fast and ridiculously safe to do. Most people don't know this route and they don't expect it. Mid lane looks kind of gankable. Getting level 3 is generally best though. It makes it harder for the enemies to mess with you. On top of that, if you gank level 2, you're actually slower. Nunu's W gets faster per his champion level, not per level in his W. So his snowball is insanely slow if you're not using it off of a scuttle speed up, if you're not able to utilize your celerity water walking, or if you don't have tier 2 boots. That's why you need to be very mindful in your initial ganks. Don't do stupid stuff and put yourself really far behind. In this case, we're going to gank now. We can get celerity water walking. Nunu's W maintains all speed ups through the full duration. So here we'll ghost W and we'll maintain it the whole way. Spam ping it out. We get the knock up into E. We're on phase rush, so she can't really outrun us. Katarina gets the kill. And that is fine by me. I'm gonna go ahead and smite the minion. I'll let her get it. I don't want to steal any of these last hits, but I'm also not going to let it go to waste because she wasn't attacking it at all there. Very nice. Now she can reset, spend her gold, get all of her HP back. I'll look to take top scuttle real quick. We're up against an Olaf. Not the best matchup in the world for Nunu, but also not the worst, because our W cleanses all slows. I'm trying to ping that out so he doesn't die. If Olaf hits us with the axe, we can W away and he can't stay on top of us very well, but at the same time, we can't slow him or snare him because of his R. Once he has it, of course, and is on it. Now that we have Scuttle Crab, we want to try to W off of this to get some big boy ganks. Vex should still have her flash. I pinged that for the Jax. He just wasn't paying attention. We'll go ahead and go mid here. Even if that bush to our right is warded, it can't see us since we hugged the wall. We get the knock up. I don't think Vex actually... Well, wait, she did have flash. All right, that was unfortunate. We got creep blocked a little bit there, and we didn't quite apply our phase rush, so we didn't get the speed up out of her fear. A little bit unfortunate, but not the end of the world. We needed it back anyways. We'll pick up a Dark Sill, Boots, and Control Word. Now, once you have your Dark Sill, it is important that you stay alive. You don't want to be dying and wasting your stacks. That'd be super, super bad. Go ahead and pop our W while we still have base movement speed. That way our W can maintain. Look how far we can push across the map with that. We needed to apply our phase rush and we would have easily lived there. Phase rush makes you pretty much immune to slow, so we would have ran straight through her fierce slow that she hit us with. Bot lane's low, we'll go there. W off a Scuttle Crab. You usually don't want to base until the Scuttle Crab is on a cooldown. Got him phased rush, snared. We don't want to overcommit for him. That's why I'm kiting him out initially. I don't want him to kill my teammate either, though. Peg him down with our E's into W. Don't want him to kill Katarina. We get some Dark Sill stacks off of that, and we're good to go. Both the Scuttle Crabs are down. We do have boots. I'll go grab these minions real quick. That's a lot of XP. Couldn't get to Vex in time anyways. I also stopped away from crashing. Top lane, not very gankable. York Cage gets in the way super easily, so we're not going to be going top side. He's too hard to gank for Nunu. His Cage blocks your W. Anyone who can consistently dodge or block your W, like an Anivia or Trundle, makes the game really hard for Nunu to play. Anivia and Trundles are kind of perma-dodge or perma-bans in my opinion. They make the game way too hard to play. Go mid lane. We have a nice little flank on Vex here. If your E is on cooldown, it's hard to get your phase rush off because you'd have to like auto Q auto then W. So do keep that in mind if you're in a dangerous area. Got a big flank on Vex. She's gonna try to fear us here. She could try to one-shot me. She didn't get it though. I healed off of her with my Q. Nunu Q heals you more the lower on health you are. She's trying to turn on us. She doesn't know where we are though, because I have her ward swept, so she was just having to guess. She couldn't get away from Kata. Kata has boots advantage. Go ahead and smite this early, take off its shield. I'm gonna save my W. That way we can actually use the scuttle crab immediately. We're gonna look over here while we're standing on it, and then we can press W when we need it, when it's ready. Now, we can use F keys to look at our teammates while we're rolling our snowball. Got the pike, WE. We missed our snare on the Senna because we didn't land an E because she flashed it. If she didn't have flash, she definitely would have died there because we would have had a slow into snare. There's a lot of wards on this. Did I say Senna? I meant Samira. She's playing super far back. We're not going to be able to get to her. I want my R. I almost have it. Once we apply our phase rush, she won't be able to stay on top of us. Just run away. I almost have my R, so I kind of want to stay, but these minions aren't giving me my level 6. Olaf got his, though. Just need, like, one more minion. Just one more minion. Holy crap, finally. Olaf's still hanging around. Vex is probably rotating at this point as well. I'm hesitant to start his red buff. I could set up my R in the brush. We don't have a lot of AP yet, though, so I don't think it would make a lot of sense. Try to stay on top, hit him with WR, and he's dead. We'll take that. Not too shabby. Easy red buff. I like it. Vex apparently backed, or she went somewhere. She's not over here. I think we're safe. We could push for a really early Mej. After you have Dark Seal and Boots, you usually want to get tier 2s in Mej. If you're not comfortable with that, you can push straight into Sunfire. I kind of want to go full AP for this video, though. We'll grab Sork Shoes. We'll get this. For our item, I'm thinking Night Harvester. Night Harvesters are incredibly easy to use. Rocket Belt isn't bad either, but you have to remember to use it. So if you don't like activatables, Night Harvester does a similar effect of speeding you up after you hit a champion. It goes on a 30-second per champion, so you can apply it to all 5 of them at once or staggered. Just not to... you can't reapply it to the same champion within 29 seconds. You have to wait the 30 seconds. Once you do have Mej or some Dark Seal stacks, you want to make sure you don't die. That's how you throw on AP Nunu. That's why Phase Rush is so good for him. The Phase Rush allows you to stay alive if you're out of position. You can apply it simply with your E's while you're running away, and you don't have to stand still to cast your E either, which makes it super, super good. That's why Nunu does quite well against aggressive early game junglers like Kindred and Graves. Even if they do get the drop on him, they happen to run a route that counters Nunu. Nunu can always get away because of Phase Rush. That's why Aftershock isn't a thing on Nunu these days. Hasn't been a thing in a long, long time. Ever since they overbuffed Phase Rush, they kept making it stronger and stronger. Nami wants Dragon because of Olaf's top side. It's not a bad call. I should be the one to tank it. I can heal off with my Q. 2 people mid. We could pop Ghost, use the Water Walking Celerity. Once again, your W maintains all movement speed effects at the start through the full duration. So even if your Ghost has a half of a second left, as long as you press W before your Ghost ends, you'll still get Ghost for the full duration, which is kind of sick. I want the Water Walking Celerity speed up as well here. She's going to walk into me and give me some Mej stacks. Nice. We're not going to be able to kill this guy. He has a lot of HP. We couldn't get off a full R channel. We also don't have the type of items to do that yet. We'll have them eventually, though, but for now, we can't. All we have is a partially stacked Mej and Sork shoes. Olaf has just as much or more gold spent on items that give a higher current value. Mine are more scaling items that we need to keep building into. You can go for Gathering Storm, Absolute Focus, and the Sorcery Tree for more AP. The biggest downside of that is you miss out on the extra movement speed, which you desperately need, particularly for your initial ganks. Without Celerity and Water Walking, trying to gank without boots is kind of impossible. It's extremely inconsistent. Not sure where Olaf is. I'm hesitant to show here. If Olaf shows up, I could very well die. Yeah, we gotta leave. I didn't realize Maiden blocked W. That's insane. I've played hundreds upon hundreds of Nunu games and had no clue. Maiden literally blocks W. That's a terrible interaction for Nunu. That's very bad. Oh, Katarina's going for it. I don't know how this one's going to turn out. He doesn't have Maiden over here, at least. Gonna blue smite him. That will pop him with R. He knows. He couldn't get out. Your R slows more. It gets all the way up to a 95% slow, which is practically a snare. He had nowhere. Got her with our chomp. And we barely lived. Holy crap. Got her with E, knocked her up. Chomped her. Since we were low on health, it healed us even more. And your Q does scale off of AP decently. Heals you more the more AP you have. Go ahead, grab this. We'll grab that. We'll grab this. Head back out onto the map. Need to get more Mej stacks going. If you're not comfortable with Mej, just leave it on Dark Sill. Don't upgrade it. And go straight for Night Harvester after your tier 2 boots. First back, always get boots, Dark Sill, then tier 2 boots. Then you can go for Mej if you want, or just straight into Night Harvester or Rocket Bolt. I don't see anything to gank here. We also don't have Scuttle speed up, so there's nothing forcing me to. Okay, now we see Pyke's half health, so that makes this reasonable. Pyke doesn't have very good items. He's not going to have an easy way to survive this. Almost. We were on a ward. They knew we were coming. There's a control ward right here. Biggest issue for us is York. York's decently meta right now, and I don't know if our team has a great answer for it. I don't have a lot of confidence in this Jax in particular. Go ahead and start this red buff. I can take it with one more Q cycle. Pyke knows. Olaf doesn't seem to be paying attention. And I'm alive. Oh my god, I lived. Huge Nami save there. She saved all my Mej. I was having trouble getting off my phase rush because Pyke was flapping around. You have to have 3 attacks within quick succession on the same champion. And Pyke was not making that easy for us. I'm gonna go ahead and ghost W. It's like having an artificial scuttlecraft speed up wherever you are on the map. Hey, Yorick. Don't mind if I do. Hey, look at those ghost extensions. We're moving so fast right now. Hey, don't mind if I do. Perfect. Yeah, that red buff was greedy. Once it was clear Pyke knew what we were doing, I should have backed off. Because even if we get red buff, if we lose 10 Mej and throw shutdown, it's not worth it all. Red buff is worth not very much for Nunu, especially at this point in the game. We already have our R. He already has his R. We're only denying so much by getting his red. Hey, Pyke. Meow. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Could reset for Night Harvester. I kind of want to stay for Dragon since Pyke's dead. I'll heal up real quick off this. It's hard to take Raptors if you're already on top of them in melee. You need W to take Raptors efficiently. Otherwise, you don't have the AoE damage. Phase rush off this guy. Into a big R. Blue smite, auto attack Q. I don't have W to cancel her R though. My W is still on cooldown. She held on to her Q for so long. I feel like I should keep running in the river though, because I have the water walking. Yeah, if we didn't run in river, we probably would have died. I was trying to juke out her Q, and it just ended up her perma auto-attacking me and not using her skill shots, so well played to her. Now that we have Night Harvester, I say we go for Zanya's. Zanya's is actually a really strong item. They changed it a couple patches ago to where it costs more, but it gives more. The stats are much higher. It's a proper late game style item in terms of how much AP it gives. Usually want a W around this point once you're near your gates of your base. That way you can still land it on your camps and your W won't end too early. Once again, your W moves faster based off of your current movement speed. So if you have boots, water walking, celerity, all that helps. Base speed ups, scuttle speed ups, ghost speed ups. Any extra movement speed whatsoever will help your W. Plus your champion level on top of that helps. That's what makes your W go faster as well. Per level, your W only gets more base damage and a higher mana cost. The movement speed per your W's level doesn't increase your champions. Doesn't increase its movement speed. It's your champion's level that increases it. Q smite. W off of this bad boy. Nami just sped me up a little bit there. Holy moly. All right. I gotta unmute all. This is hilarious. Oh, it's control worded. We can re-engage, especially if I had Ghost. Since I don't have Ghost up right now, we'll use the water walking speed up and celerity. It's a drive-by. Nami's waiting to speed me up at the perfect time, too. It's hilarious. I don't think Vex is inting, dude. She just got basically one-shotted. I don't know why York's saying that. Look at all that damage. Ho! 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 Look at that damage, boy. It's a lot of damage right there. He's kiting me out with the maiden. He keeps pulling it back when I try to step forward to Q it. What a friggin' goofball. Alright, it's time to go supersonic mode. Could have used Ghost. When you're trying to path around a bunch of walls, though, you can only turn your snowball so fast to where the walls just straight up get in the way. That's so funny. She just steps up and they quit. Alright, we'll have to do a part 2. That was a really fun game. I'll see you guys there. Okay, yeah, damage all 10 enemy champions. We had the most in the game. For runes, really good value. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of full AP Nunu after the buffs with the 300% AP scaling on his R instead of the old 250% AP scaling. Tank Nunu is still more consistent. With that being said, even if you wanted to play Nunu tank, you should still pick up a dark seal since Nunu is a heavy ganker. You'll be getting lots of stacks and every single one of your abilities, your Q, your W, your E, and your R scale off of AP. So Dark Seal is a must no matter what type or style you want to play on Nunu, regardless of summon or spell. We're going to go ahead, go over to our red buff. I pinged out for people to keep watch. So they're not really keeping watch in the right spots, though. You want to keep watch like here and there, here and there, so pretty much all the entry points, because since they didn't watch this tri-brush, they can loop around and get in behind them. So it is what it is. Our bot lane's the easiest gank. I want to start on red, do wraps. We could gank Vladimir before he has blood pool, though. If he's level 2, he may not have blood pool, and if he's level 1, he obviously won't have it. It's hard for Vlad to get away pre-blood pool. Once he has it, ganking him isn't ideal unless it's already on a cooldown, in which case then it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and smite it. That way I can start on these. My Q is still on cooldown. It just came up. I don't want to sit there and auto the red buff down for 9 more autos, because then my Q would be up, red buff would be dead, and I'd have to... the timing would be all messed up. Go ahead and pop Q. Wait till we get the throat to use our W. Otherwise you won't be able to get to your Gromp. Gotta path around the wolves because they try to get in your way. If you take wolves, you won't get level 3. It has to be Gromp. Blue buff and wolves will not get you level 3, unfortunately. Camille looks gankable, man. Scion's scrapping down with her. They both took grasp. Really scrappy matchup. Not really familiar with that matchup, so Hopefully this turns out. I'm gonna go ahead, pop Ghost, W, and River. Hey, Camille. We get the knock up. We get the snare, Q, auto attack, got red buff slows on her. And Scion's just straight up couldn't get his Q off. Camille was moving too quick, I suppose. She's in a rough spot now with no flash and dying and whatnot. We could path back. Got his blood pool. I was just trying to damage him since I was already there and committed. They already knew I was on top side as well. If they didn't know what side of the map I was on, I wouldn't have done that because I knew that wouldn't lead to a kill. Ganking when you know you're not going to get a kill is generally bad because you're exposing yourself. But they already knew I was there, so nothing was lost for us. Instead, we got his blood pool on cooldown. Playing against Trundle's really annoying on Nunu. Trundle's stupid pillar. I'm going to take his Krug since I'm over here. Yeah, I saw it. I pinged it out too. If you want your teammates to know that you heard them and you understand, you can ping with them in the same area. We don't want a 2v2 right now. Cyan hasn't spent his... I haven't spent my gold. Cyan hasn't spent his, obviously. This camp should reset. If you take the big one and the original big one and original medium one, the camp will reset and disintegrate. That was a good dodge on his part. I can't tell. I think this is frozen. Ooh, yeah, we gotta not run that way. I saw the MF and Yumi right as he started to ping. I haven't taken my blue buff yet. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll reset when we can afford tier 2 boots plus Dark Sill, or once our Scuttle Crab fades. Because once Scuttle fades, you can't gank very well anyways. Don't have it for very much longer, that's for sure. Or W might not come up in time. Pull it out, we'll play around our Q cooldown. Oh, Trundle's here. This is where Phase Rush is perfect. If I didn't have Phase Rush, he might have been able to threaten it all in there. It's just Trundle. Yon can kill him. He does have Sheen, though. He pinged out that he's level 6. He's like, dude, I can fight him. Which, I'm not saying he can't. It's just something to think about, that Trundle has item advantage. Even if Yon does have level advantage. That's why it's good not to ping your teammates directly. Like, we're not dropping the pings on his head. We're pinging out what's happening. Because when you ping on their head, they take offense because it seems like you're yelling at them, telling them what to do, rather than just showing them information. There's a huge difference between trying to force them to do something or showing them what's happening. So, seems like he kind of saw it himself, though, as well. It's good to ping, though, because people aren't always paying attention. Sometimes they alt-tab, they're on Facebook, YouTube, they pick up the phone. The whole point of pings is to... It's like birds, right? They all make that sound when something's happened, whether there's a predator or whatever. Different pack animals, group animals will do that. That's what the pings are for. It's for the whole team to come to consensus. Time to take these raptors. Couldn't get a very good W off. We were too close. Can't really gank mid right now. Top lane's diveable. Maybe I should just go bot. We have Ghost. We can pull off a good one. We need to start getting our Dark Sills racked up. Vlad's wave's pushing into Yon here. I think Vlad still has blood pool. I don't want to reset. We just have nothing to do over here. Hey! We did some damage. I'll take it. We have nothing else to do anyways. Bot lane wasn't gankable. All we could have done was red buff and started on Krug, so I'm actually fine with that. It's only 7 minutes. We're not going to be hitting that late of a level 6. Nunu's level 6 timing isn't that important. It's more about getting the Dark Sill stacks and getting your ganks rolling in more than anything else. This just is not gankable, dude. If they would stop pushing, we could gank. They're perma pushed though. Staying on the other side so we don't splash the dragon autos. It's funny that Scion's my most gankable lane, even though Camille's a Giga mobile champion. If they would stop pushing in MF, she would be the freest gank in the world. MF doesn't have a dash in her kit. She doesn't even have boots. This is warded. Even if Trundle's over there, I'm on a ward. Yon's going in deep for this. I can't really get to this though. Down he goes. We barely had enough damage to do that. Nunu's incredibly low damage in the early game. Big CC onto Yuumi. She can't dash for a while after she's been CC'd. We'll get her with an R and we'll pull out. I'm gonna ghost so I don't die to turret. Ooh. Gotta get him with a knock up. Auto him down. A teammate died there. That's not ideal. Get our Q heal off of him. Apply our red buff auto attacks. Try to let our teammates close in a bit. Down he goes. Wow, we had 0 KP pretty much, and now we actually have a decent amount. This Yon's being so aggressive, man. Surprised he doesn't just go for the plates at this point. Nice. Bot lane shoved in. Vladimir's not going to be back to mid for a while. We might as well take our Raptors while we wait. Yeah, that's weird. I haven't seen a mid laner do that in a long time, where they help you take camps and they push kind of like as a team. This macro's kind of sick. We should be able to gank bot. Like, bot lane's the freest gank in the world if they stop pushing. Yuumi MF can't get away from us. Her wave's pushing out too. We're on scuttle speed up. I'm going for it. We have enough speed. She has nowhere to go. Ooh, we weren't able to do it. That's unfortunate. She's playing far enough back and she's pushing the wave slow enough. It's making it challenging. We can back and get tier 2 boots here. We have 5 Dark Soul stacks. It's insane, dude. There's just like... It's crazy how we can't kill her. Maybe we can dive it here. Ali should burn his R. I at least have water walking. I'm not on Ghost though. Is Ali gonna go in with his R? He gets the knockup. We get our W. Blue smite. Go ahead and Q him. Drop R. We'll slow him and run away. That honestly didn't turn out very well though. I can't play around this bot lane. It was so slow and clunky. Trundle was also waiting. That was not ideal at all. We gotta play around to Yon. Yon's gonna be the key to this game. He's getting really fed. Let's grab Mej. We'll grab against their team. I don't know if Sork shoes are even worth it versus their team. If they are, it's just barely. They can't get that turret in time. That's only gonna scrape 2 plates in a sliver. We want to pop W right around here. Once you make it to the little bump by the portals is when you want to do it. If you don't have tier 2 boots, then you want to do it a little bit later. Camille's underneath turret, full HP. MF's missing half her health. You can take these at the same time. We'll finish off the Gromp with a Q. Haven't gotten scuttles in a while. It's been down there. Have Ghost. Yon still doesn't have full items somehow. Yeah, he's waiting to get a his full item is what's going on. He doesn't actually want to fight. Cyan's looking to do a proxy for some reason. I don't know how that's going to turn out. He needs to just bring her to me. We get off the slows, the snare. Yeah, we should be fine. Camilla at least loses minions, so even though they get the 300 gold, if she lost 2 waves or whatever, it's not a huge deal. We get a plate, so not horrible. Holy crap, dude. I do not want to lose my mesh. Almost killed the Camille. I could have commit for a full kill with my R. If I tapped it, I don't think it would have quite killed her, because we wouldn't have been able to have time to charge it. I think Trundle's going to move right into us. We'll hit him with an R. Maybe not. Not really sure where he's at. I'll go for opposite side scuttle. We'll use F keys while we're on our W. Vladimir's pushing pretty hard for that. Save my Q so I can actually... Oh, he stole it. What a butthole. Oh, well. I guess he needed his knockup. I don't have my W for this. We shouldn't need it, though. Unless she does that. What is she doing? Get the knockup. Let's run down the Vladimir. Get another point in our E. Where did this guy go? Oh, there he is. Blue smite him. I'll knock him back. Into the WE. We get some Maj and we're rolling. I'll let Yon have it. He's doing pretty good. You might as well. Once you have Dark Seal on Nunu, you don't need... I should say, once you have your stacks, if you have 10 or more Dark Seal or Mesh stacks, you don't really need kills at that point. You'll be getting so much gold value that even if you're only getting assists from there on out at 10 plus stacks, it's whatever. You'll still be getting more value than people on the enemy team because of the way Dark Seal and Mesh work. Got a Scuttle Crab to play off of here. Cyan's dying top side. He'll outscale the Camille for team fights at least. Having a Yon or Yasuo makes the game incredibly easy on ACC champion. Yasuo and Yon have an outrageous damage output. Got it. There's nothing to gank, man. This is such a weird game. It's been such a lack of actual opportunities. Constantly underneath turret there. Thank you very much. I know his teammates are here. I can kite this out with Phase Rush. That was a bad R on my part. I thought he was committing to it, but he really wasn't. The guy still was trying to decide whether or not she wanted to steal it. That's kind of funny. Go ahead and Q smite it. Yon's going deep. Scuttle's gray. And they quit. They didn't want to play it out. What a game. I think that's going to do it. The conclusion for AP Nunu Jungle. He feels really good right now. I highly recommend it. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Kingsticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.